Dustin, this is the divorce agreement prepared by President Nicholson. Sign it, inside the CEO's office of Allure Group. Secretary Lyra, dressed in a professional business outfit, placed an A4 document on the desk. Seated across from her was a handsome young man in simple attire. Divorce? What do you mean? Dustin was momentarily stunned. Dustin, do you still not understand? Your marriage with President Nicholson has reached its end. The two of you no longer belong to the same world. Your existence is nothing but a burden to her. Lyra spoke without any mercy. A burden? Dustin frowned slightly. So, that's how she sees me? When they got married, the Nicholson family was struggling and heavily in debt. It was him who helped them through their toughest times. Yet now, after gaining wealth and status, Dahlia was ready to discard him. You can think of it that way. Lyra raised her chin and pointed at a magazine on the desk. The exquisite cover featured an absolutely stunning woman. Dustin, look at the headline. In just 3 years, President Nicholson's net worth has exceeded $1 billion. Not only has she created a miracle, but she has also become the most sought-after CEO in all of Swinton. With her beauty and capability, she is destined to stand at the top, admired by all. And you? You're just a worthless nobody who doesn't deserve her. So I hope you have some self-awareness. Seeing that Dustin remained silent, Lyra frowned and continued. I know you're unwilling to accept this, but that's the truth. Maybe you once helped President Nicholson, but over the past 3 years, she has repaid you in full. Now, it's you who owes her, so marriage is just a transaction. Dustin took a deep breath, suppressing his emotions. If we must divorce, let Dahlia come and tell me herself. President Nicholson is very busy. There's no need to trouble her with such a trivial matter. A trivial matter? Dustin was momentarily taken aback before letting out a self-mocking chuckle. Is that so? To her, is divorce just a minor issue? She can't even spare a moment to see me and say a few words? She's really become unreachable now. Dustin, it's already come to this. Let's not waste time. Lyra pushed the agreement forward. As long as you sign, you'll get a house, a car, and $8 million in compensation. That's money you'd never earn in a lifetime. $8 million is a lot, but I don't need it. If she wants a divorce, let her say it to my face. Otherwise, I won't sign. Dustin's voice was cold. Dustin! Don't push your luck. Lyra slammed the desk. Don't say I didn't warn you. With President Nicholson's power and influence, divorcing you is effortless. She's only trying to be considerate and preserve your dignity. You'd better not test her patience. Dignity? Dustin found it laughable. She wouldn't even show up for the divorce. What dignity was there to speak of? If she truly cared, would she need to threaten him like this? I don't think we have anything more to talk about. Dustin couldn't be bothered to argue further and got up to leave. You! Just as Lyra was about to lose her temper, the door swung open. A breathtaking woman in a black dress, with a slender waist and elegant curves, stepped in. Her skin was as flawless as porcelain, her features exquisite, and her figure absolutely stunning. Coupled with her cool and composed aura, she looked like a goddess who had stepped out of a painting, simply mesmerizing. You finally decided to show up. Looking at the incredibly beautiful woman before him, Dustin felt a mix of emotions. They had been married for 3 years, treating each other with respect. Yet in the end, it had come to this. And he still didn't know what he had done wrong. Sorry, I was busy. Dahlia took a seat, her expression as indifferent as ever. President Nicholson is really something, so busy that even a divorce requires an assistant to handle it. Dustin's voice was laced with sarcasm. Hearing this, Dahlia frowned slightly but didn't explain. Instead, she said, Let's get straight to the point. There's no need for unnecessary talk. Consider this my fault. Let's part on good terms. After the divorce, you'll get the house and car, plus $8 million as a settlement. What do you think? As she spoke, she placed a bank card on the desk. Do you think love can be measured in money? Dustin asked coldly. Not enough? Fine. Name your price. As long as I can afford it, I'll meet your demand. Dahlia remained composed. It seems you don't understand me. All right, let me ask differently. Are wealth and power really that important? Dustin was baffled. Standing by the floor-to-ceiling window, overlooking the towering cityscape, Dahlia's gaze was firm. For me, yes, they are. But you've already made enough to live comfortably for a lifetime. Is it really worth it? Dustin, this is the difference between you and me. You'll never understand what I truly want. Dahlia shook her head, disappointment flashing in her eyes. Their differences weren't just about wealth or status. It was a fundamental gap in mindset. Most importantly, she saw no future with him. You're right. How could I possibly understand you? Dustin let out a self-deprecating laugh. All I ever did was cook for you when you were hungry, bring you clothes when you were cold, and carry you to the hospital when you were sick. There's no point in discussing this anymore. Dahlia's eyes flickered with complexity, but she quickly regained her resolve. You're right. Dustin nodded, then asked, I heard you've been getting close to the young master of the Nolan family lately. Is this because of him? Dahlia hesitated for a moment before finally nodding. You can think of it that way. All right, then I wish you both happiness. Dustin smiled faintly and signed the divorce papers without hesitation. No reluctance, no second thoughts. Only a heart left in ruins. Ironically, today was their wedding anniversary. They got married and divorced on the same date. How absurd. I don't need your money, but you should return the necklace. It was my mother's keepsake and a symbol of the Rhys family's daughter-in-law. Dustin pointed to the necklace resting on her collarbone. All right. Dahlia nodded, took off the necklace, and handed it to him. From this moment on, we owe each other nothing. Dustin fastened the necklace around his neck and walked away without looking back. At that moment, the warmth in his eyes had completely vanished, replaced by an icy indifference. Lyra, do you think I did the right thing? Dahlia's gaze was complicated. Though she had initiated the divorce, she felt no joy now that it was done. Of course. Lyra nodded firmly. You have the right to pursue happiness. Dustin was never good enough for you. He only held you back. You are destined to stand at the peak of Swinton. Dahlia said nothing. She simply watched his fading silhouette, feeling an inexplicable pain in her chest. As if something important was slipping away.
And just can't accept it. This can't be the end yet. You promised to never leave. And now you're